Welcome to Brian's Action Figure Reviews, and today we've got a brand new pop culture interview, as always, every Tuesday. Today we've got William O'Connor, who is a local collector and of comic books and figures and all that kind of stuff, and a big follower of horror B movies and all that stuff as well. So it's an interesting chat between myself and Will. We know each other a long time. Make sure to check it out and head over to Collectors Assemble once you're finished and check out the group that the guys run over there. Welcome to Brian's Action Figure Reviews, and today we've got a brand new pop culture interview. Today's guest is William O'Connor. How are you getting on, Will?
Good man. How are you?
I'm good. Sound for coming on the show anyway.
Not a bother.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
What you wanna know?
Anything, fire away. You're mad into the old comics and stuff anyway, so that's where this kind of stuff comes in. So fire away with that maybe.
Well, reading comics since I was about 3, I suppose. Parents got me onto them early. They kind of picked up Beano and Dandy for me at first, then kind of went on to 2080 and Eagle after that, and kind of worked my way up into Marvel and DC as I got older. That's pretty much it. And I kind of when I hit my teens, then like most people, I kind of left comics behind. All I was interested in was hanging out with the lads and women and all
Smoking
that.
fags and banging bitches.
Yeah, pretty much gin and juice. Um, yeah, and I had a massive collection, like since collected up over the years, Beanos, Dandies, everything. And I brought the whole lot down to fucking, sorry for the language, down to
You can say fuck, shit, cunt, whatever you want. Fire away.
Grand job. I brought the whole lot down to Squeaky down in High Street there one day, and I think I got like 5 cents each for each comic. Like Lifetime's collection is like 5 cents each. Probably got about €100. So I probably spent that. I'd say I spent that in the Vic or somewhere stupid like that. But a few years later, then got back into comics and got into the darker kind of stuff. Then like Vertigo, do you know, the
Yeah.
Hellblazer and everything Alan Moore and Grant Morrison and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, all that. Um,
So, like, you're from the same city as me, obviously.
yeah,
How did you find finding figures, comics, and stuff like that, getting a hold of them in Limerick?
fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Just like figures, we had nowhere to go other than fucking Smiths. So it was grand when I was young because well, we had Rochester stores back in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was grand for GI Joe stuff. My dad used to bring me in every week and let me pick out one figure. So that was good. I always had a choice between GI Joe and Star Wars, so I'd like kind of pick and choose between the two of them. Same with Smiths. They had a decent enough wrestling selection. I used to collect wrestlers back in the day, but I kind of went off wrestling, so I kind of went
Was
off.
was that the Hasbro's you used to collect, was it?
Um, no, the
Jack specific or something, I think.
Yeah, the Jack specific. But before that, I collected the what were they called? Not the really old school ones.
Oh, the
The hang that
Galoops.
go up and down. Yeah, yeah. I remember, I think it was my confirmation. I went into Smith's with my confirmation money and just spent the whole lot on wrestling figures.
It was Rochester stores for me, so we weren't far off. Um, we talked about collecting comics there. Like, what would be your favorite character if you had one, or maybe even a favorite book or franchise?
Batman, obviously. It's always been Batman.
So, what do you think of the current McFarlane figures at the moment, the DC stuff?
I really like him. I really like him. Like the who was doing him before Hasbro, isn't it?
It was Mattel.
Mattel, yeah. That was very hit and miss.
Mhm.
Um, like the DC Direct stuff that they're doing. Like they've got the new Deceased line on the way, and I forget the last line they did, but some of their stuff is really good. But Yeah, I'm liking the McFarlane stuff though. I pre-ordered all the Dark Knights metal ones. They're coming out in October. I've all those pre-ordered on Amazon, and I've most of the first line got
Amazon are quite good for them actually, aren't they, at the moment?
so far.
And like, did you collect any of the McFarlane Spawn stuff that was in the 90s?
I did. You know yourself, Hollywood Empire back in the
Yeah.
day, and he used to rob us blind, for about 40 quid for a figure, but it was all we had back then because there was no such thing as the internet, so that was all we had. So go in there and spend a week's wages on one figure.
And you know what? The prices haven't really even changed that much.
No, they
Like,
haven't.
like I've seen Forbidden Planet now and stuff like that up in Dublin.
Yeah,
You're still paying 40 quid for a single figure,
yeah,
and it's actually cheaper to buy them in.
yeah. I went in there last Christmas and I spent a fortune in there, and I only came out with like one bag. Like I bought like 10 comics, and they weren't even graphic novels. They're just like single issues that were
Mm.
out at the time. Like the latest issue of, I think, Dark Knight's Metal issue fucking 9 or 10 was out at the time or something, and a couple of other ones.
They
And
nearly charge like €6, don't they, for a
yeah,
single
it's
issue?
like 6, 7. Some of them are like, you know, like big issues, so it was like €10.
Yeah.
I spent like nearly 100 quid on like 10 or 12 fucking comics. Ridiculous. And another 100 quid in on a couple of figures and statues. Fucking robbers. But what can you do?
Yeah. Like that's the thing, like we've always wanted a comic shop in Limerick, but you don't realise the overheads and shit that come into it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say, what are you collecting any comics at the moment? Like ongoing?
I like new ongoing stuff. I'm Dark Knights Metal, Death Metal. Um, I'm collecting that. I got issue 2 there recently. Issue 3 was out this week, so I have to get that. Deceased, the new one, the second one from Tom Taylor. Um, what else am I reading? The new Snake Eyes from Rob
I
Litt.
I got the first episode of that, or first book of that. It's fucking brilliant so far.
Yeah, really good, really good. I'm really getting back into G.I. Joe lately. I don't know what the story is. I think it's all the new figures that are coming out. But I went back and started reading. I think it was Image.
Is it
Or
IDW's Larry Hama series?
no, it was actually before that. It was like the early 2000s. Back when, you remember a company called Devil's Due?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Them and Image both released it together. A guy called Josh Blaylock wrote it, and they're really good. And I don't know how he didn't get a screenwriter's credit for the G.I. Joe movie Rise of Cobra, because they basically stole the whole lot from his first run in that. But I'm going back now, rereading the whole lot of that because it's really good.
What did you think of those GI Joe movies?
I I enjoyed them. I mean,
Mm.
I'm not gonna fucking argue with people and go, oh, they're the best films ever. I know they're balls of fucking cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're enjoyable popcorn like films.
Yeah, just turn your fucking brain off. It's same as the Transformers, but
Now that's where I'll stop agreeing with you.
well, I I I, I have a fondness for the first Transformers film, but I think that's just because of Megan Fox. I will admit the last couple of Transformers films before Bumblebee, which I thought was brilliant, but I think the two with Mark Wahlberg and the last Shia LaBeouf one were just garbage.
No, I'd agree with you. Like the
Uh,
first one, it really captured the feel of the animated show well, and after that, it just went
Yeah,
downhill massively.
big time.
So you're a big movie fan, as I often see you posting about films and stuff. Um, Declan Costello actually said to me that well, I kind of know this as well, but you're a big lover of shit horror films. Let's put it that way. So what got you into that?
I, it's probably my father. Since since I was a child, like as soon as we got a fucking a video player, we just go to the video shop and he'd be there picking out normal films, and I'd be in the horror section just looking at the most, whatever one had the most ridiculous looking cover. I'd be like, I want this, and he'd bring it on. nine times out of 10, he just kind of, after as soon as the film is over, he just looked at me and going, Jesus, I'm never letting you pick a film out again. But he'd always would, you know. So yeah, so I always into shitty horror films, always.
And would you have like any cult classic favorites or?
Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing and the original Evil Dead, probably my two favorites, From Dusk Till Dawn. I like all Rob Zombie stuff. I know he a lot of people think he's
Controversial.
yeah, but yeah, I like all that stuff.
Cool. Tell us about how Collectors Assemble, the group, started.
Um, I think Declan started in like 2013. I got a notification there the other day saying it was like our seventh birthday or some shit.
Very little anniversary.
Yeah. I think as soon as he started it, he made me admin, and it just kind of went from there. Basically, just me posting fucking shite every day, whatever news I come across, I just repost it into the group just to try and start a conversation. Sometimes it starts a conversation, sometimes it doesn't. What can you do? But yeah, I like it when people get kind of involved, you know, and
Yeah.
like yourself, like you post all your videos and anything like that. Like, that's what the group is there for. Anyone buys any new toys or any new books or anything and wants to post photos or videos, that's what it's there for. You know, I love that shit.
Yeah, because like I'm on a lot of Facebook groups now, like obviously promoting this shit and whatever. But I love having a group like that's full of people that I know are only a few minutes away, you
Yeah,
know, that I know as well, like
yeah.
local people. Like, so that's really cool about that as well.
Yeah.
So, is there any figures or comics you're looking forward to releasing in the next couple of months?
Like I said, McFarlane Figures, I can't wait to get them. The new, there's four new ones coming out. It's Devastator. Oh, Jesus, who
Oh,
else?
I know the ones you're talking about, but I can never get the names right.
I read Dark
It's the
Knight's
next
Metal.
wave anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. The Grim Knight. He's a cool bastard. I love him. Can't wait to get that figure. Uh, the other dude, the Green Lantern, Bruce Wayne. And the deceased line that DC Direct have coming out. Um,
Are they actually going to fulfill that now, not seeing it as they're closing down?
yeah, that's it. Like that's, I fucking hope so. I just got announced there today. A lot of their like ongoing comics have just gotten cancelled, like fucking Teen Titans and Hawkman and lots of other stuff that they've been running for the last 2 or 3 years, I think.
It was kind of like the writing was kind of on the wall a little bit with the diamond stuff as well, not
Yeah,
too long ago as well. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Like it's weird.
I just like I'm kind of blessed that I'm a Batman fan because you've got all these kind of die-hard fucking Swamp Thing and Hawkman and other obscure kind of character fans like kind of
Mm.
whinging that, oh, my comic got cancelled, but fucking the 900 Batman titles that are ongoing, they're not going to get touched. And I'm kind of sitting there going, oh, I fucking hope not.
Yeah, Batman is always going to have a comic no matter what. Like Zero Grin.
Well, I was just saying it the other day, like with DC, like sacking everyone, and I hope it doesn't come down to something ridiculous like them selling shop to Disney.
I don't think it'll happen.
I wouldn't be surprised, man, because money talks. I
That
wouldn't be
is true.
surprised if you see fucking Spider-Man versus Batman. Yeah.
Because no one going to can go to the cinema to watch it now, anyways.
Well, I will. As much as I hate to say it, I definitely will.
No, the whole social distancing thing suits me as well. Like I'd gladly sit miles away from people anyway. So,
Uh,
so last kind of question there is just I ask everyone if you could make a dream line of action figures by any company, what would it be and who by?
Fuck. I actually thought about this recently, and now it's after been out of my head. God. It would definitely be McFarlane. Ah, shit. Uh, I'd love to see McFarlane do like more movie maniacs.
Yeah, the horror stuff.
Yeah, like I want to see him. I know they did some thing figures back in the day, but like proper new ones. You know?
Articulated ones,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Well, unlike you know, I never really cared about the articulation because I was a mint in box kind of guy, so I just like
And
to.
MOC wanker, as they call him.
You won't be saying that in a few years' time when I'm rich selling my figures.
Yeah, fucking. Do you want to plug Collectors Assemble? Tell people where to find it.
Um, Collectors Assemble on Facebook. I think there's probably 2 or 3 other groups with the same name, but ours is the coolest.
I'll drop a link in the description anyway, man.
Uh,
And thanks for coming on. Sound out. And it
not
was
about
good chatting to you.
you too, dude.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right, man. Talk to you.